Hello, everybody, and welcome to Synergy Theater's Student Performance Ensemble. Tonight, we are going to do another show that was one of our favorites called Spontaneous Combustion, and it's based on the Armando format, if you are familiar with that. We will be having three guest storytellers who are actually part of the ensemble, and they will be telling stories which inspire a various number of scenes throughout the show. And then those scenes will hopefully inspire the storytellers. And by the end of this show, hopefully you'll have a better idea of who those three storytellers are. Um, and it should be fun. So before we get started, though, I have to ask the audience, well, first of all, thank you for being here and watching us live on YouTube. But we need some help from you. And if you're watching us now on YouTube, please sign in so that you can chat in the chat box, because I'm going to ask you for a suggestion, and that suggestion will be used to inspire tonight's show. So it's a very exciting opportunity for you as an audience member to participate in our show. And tonight I'm going to ask you to please type into the chat. I'm going to ask you, what's the most interesting object that you have held in your hands? The most interesting object that you've held in your hands. And of course, we want to keep it clean to some degree, but please, if you could, audience, give us a suggestion, and we will use whatever you give us. An emu egg, fantastic. An emu egg, which is probably really big, but not as big as an ostrich egg, I would imagine. So that's fantastic. I love that. You've held some really exciting things, Maddie. So, okay, well, tonight's suggestion is emu egg. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy tonight's performance of the Synergy's Student Performance Ensemble of Spontaneous Combustion.
During Passover, my family eats probably 20 dozen eggs.
Anytime I see an emu or an ostrich, I think, whoa, that used to be a dinosaur.
I saw an emu at the zoo once. That was the second biggest bird I saw that day.
When I was in Australia, I got to see emus in the wild.
I've had caviar, didn't really care much for it.
Have the Easter bunny, and we have Easter eggs. Where do the eggs come from?
My little cat wanted to say hi to the neighbor's emu, and she ran right up to him, and I'll be darned, that emu poked her right in between the eyes.
I remember watching Swiss Family Robinson as a child and wishing that I could ride on the back of an ostrich.
When I was in college, the summer between my junior and my senior year, I went and worked in Switzerland for the summer. And I got to live with a family there. It was in the German speaking part, and I loved it. I love speaking the language. I worked in the fruit and vegetable section of a big supermarket, and it was so much fun. And there was another student in the town, Chersty, from the United States, and we teamed up a lot for traveling around and hanging out. And in the town, there was a butcher, and it was a horse butcher. So it was called a Pferdmetzgerei. And we laughed that, well, we just weren't used to having a horse butcher in town. And so one night, and the family I lived with, they had a really fancy dinner. And they had guests over, and where they say that saying soup to nuts, this definitely was soup to nuts. There were about 8 different courses, and it was fun and yummy and a highlight. And the next morning, I was in the kitchen, and normally everything in this family's Swiss kitchen was put away immaculately. But because of the party and people having a good time and drinking the night before, everything wasn't put away. And on the counter, there was a wrapper, and the wrapper said Pferdmetzgerei, or horse butcher. And so I was thinking, did I eat horse last night? Not quite sure. So I tried to figure out how I could ask without offending them, or just to be inquisitive. So the mom in the house, her name was Margaret. And so I said, hey, Margaret, I'm writing a letter to my mom about, and she loves to hear about Swiss food. Can we go through everything that we ate last night for dinner? And she goes, oh, sure. So she said, we had cucumber salad and zucchini salad, and we had this, and we did that, and we had horse. And I was like, oh, we had horse? And she goes, yeah. I had thought it was just really tough beef. And she goes, Hans, the dad, he really liked it. She wasn't thrilled with it. So that's how I ate horse.
Ha! These ostrich are wild. Whew!
Oh, yeah. This
You
is
know, it's fun being out on the wild like this, but every now and then she drops an egg. Whew.
why did you think this was going to be fun, Susie?
I've always dreamed of being a cowgirl, and since all the horses disappeared a few years ago when the horse eating trend got real popular, well, what's left but ostrich?
Oh my gosh, these ostriches are, I can't even say it, are so wild. How do you tame them? Stop that.
I'm gonna slow down and let her take a drink here.
Oh goodness.
So, Mom, I've decided on my major. I can't hear you.
Tell me, Marcy.
Okay, I'm going to be a horse butcher.
Marcy.
Yeah.
A horse
Are you excited?
butcher?
Yeah, are you excited?
Well, I'm a little shocked. I've been raising you as vegan. Now you're going to be a horse butcher?
Well, I'm still going to be a vegan. I just think I'm really good at being a horse butcher. Also, I'm going to switch my name. I'm just going to change it, and I hope that it doesn't offend you and Dad, but I just think for a horse butcher, I need a more exciting name.
That was your grandma's name. That's why we named you Marcy.
Yeah. I'm going to switch it to Pferdmetzgerei. Isn't that a cool name?
Pferdmetzgerei. That is a cool name.
Because I feel like grandma's name everyone has. It's kind of boring. But you can't even spell Pferdmetzgerei.
All right, well, I'll call you Farah.
I want to speak with Hans. I demand to speak with Hans.
Jawohl, was ist das?
When I go to the horse butcher, I want a horse, and you give me what looks like ostrich meat? This is unacceptable, Hans.
Ja, was ist los mit das? Huh? What's the matter, you?
I want the horse meat. I don't want this big poultry.
With the horse meat, you have to eat the horse. With this butchered ostrich, it's very good, yeah?
Hans, you have to understand, I told my girlfriend Trudy we were going to eat the horse soup to nuts. The ostrich has no nuts.
I can give you the horse's nuts, but the rest of the horse is already spoken for.
If you
Sarah, I just love the nuts here in Peru. And I do believe you told me they were from an interesting source. They're not quite nuts, but
Well, you tell her. Go ahead. I can't bear to give her that news.
Sure. Well, the nuts actually, uh, they're,
Really good. Really
yeah,
good.
they're
Yeah.
delicious.
They're a little salty.
they are testicles.
Monkey testicles.
Yeah.
For,
Well, I wasn't gonna add that in, but
formerly male monkeys.
well, sure, that makes sense.
Well,
Well, like,
Are you gonna eat all of yours?
You can have mine.
Thank you.
yeah, here, take mine.
I'm all done. Thank you.
My dad grew up on a cattle ranch in Nebraska. So my grandpa had 300 acres in Nebraska, big, lots of land, and a river that ran right by the house. And it was beautiful. And I loved swimming in that river. And we would float down on inner tubes and have sandbar mud fights and things like that. I was, they used to call me a seahorse because I love swimming so much. And I think I was in 5th grade and there was a footbridge, which was maybe about 1.5 yards wide. And I even remember the shirt I was wearing. It had a clown on it embroidered. And I'm walking across the footbridge and I lost my footing and I fell into the river. And mind you, I'd spent hours and hours swimming in this river. But it shocked me and I was so scared. So I popped my head up and I'm like, help, help, I'm drowning, I'm drowning. And my brother Eric was standing on the footbridge. And all he said to me was, put your feet down, stupid. Put your feet down, stupid. And I did. And the river was only up to my waist at that point. So I panicked. But sometimes in life, when everything's crazy, I think of Eric's sage words. Put your feet down, stupid.
I don't know what to do with you. You breaking all the rules. I'm gonna have to put my foot down on this one.
Dad, you're always so boring. Why?
I'm going to have to agree with Dad. You've crossed the line, drinking and coming home, carousing with those friends of yours, coming home drunk, and Lord knows what else.
Mom, I am tired of you and your dad and my dad, whatever, you guys lecturing me all the time. I am 14 and I can do what I want. I don't have to listen to adults anymore. Actually, I am thinking of disowning you as my parents.
When you live in this house, you will follow our rules.
Not if I disown you and leave with Johnny, who's actually on his way to pick me up right now.
Johnny.
Yeah.
He's the 20-year-old from the college.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got this new car. It's got a lot of horsepower. I love it. It goes really fast.
I remember Johnny. He lost his job at the gas station last week, didn't he?
Yeah, you know, Johnny wants to see the world and I want to go with him.
Where did we go wrong?
You're not leaving this house.
Where did we go wrong?
Oh, how do you guys like my clown wig? I mean, is this the coolest swimming cap ever?
You can float with that thing on.
Yeah.
You know I have this fear. How could you wear that? Come on, you're my best friend.
Because I'm trying to help you, Lisa. You've got to get over this. And
Yeah, Lisa, come on. We're gonna jump off the bridge.
You got no what? No, listen.
Yes.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
We were gonna work on my fears one at a time. Fear of water, fear of falling, fear of clowns. We're 2 out of 3 here, you guys. Can you just take the hat off, please, Lily? And Sam,
No, she's got the hat
you
on.
this, didn't you?
Yeah, but Lily's got the hat on, Lisa. So like, you're good with the clown thing. Let's check the box. Over the bridge.
Just get it conquered all at once. Why
What are you
drag
doing?
it out like a Band-Aid?
What are you
Pull it off fast.
Let go of me. Don't push. Stop. I'm not going over to the. Stop pushing me, you guys. Leave me. Oh my God. You're coming with me. I'm
Just
not letting go.
Put your feet down. Put them down. We're not going to push you over the bridge. Put your feet down.
Well, your hat is most lovely for tea. 1 lump or 2?
Oh, I prefer 2, please. Oh, you have such a lovely home. Do you always have tea in the afternoon like this?
Well, of course I do, and most times I pretend to have an English accent. It makes tea so much more delightful.
Oh, I really love that. You were very authentic.
Oh, it's all right. You can do any accent you want. Joey was here last week doing a Swiss accent.
Oh, good, because I really can't continue to do this. Like, I'm trying to do this tea thing with you, but I don't think I'm cut out for this.
No, you are. You dressed up. You look fantastic. I like the bird on your hat.
I know, it's just not me. I can't do it. Like, the bird thing, the accent, the drinking tea in the afternoon. Listen, I know you want me to go to Europe, but I can't do that. I need to stay here.
So you just want to sit around and talk like this?
Yeah, I need to, talk like this. This is how
That's so boring.
Yeah,
Can we still wear these hats?
well, no.
Righto. Speaking of accents, how's this one? I'm not even sure where I'm from, Bobby.
Well,
Bobby?
dear,
Oh,
no, you're not with her. You're with me, dear.
oh,
And
I'm sorry. I
you-
don't know where I am.
You've had the tea with the THC in it, I'm afraid.
Oh,
Just
I love
put your
that one.
put your feet down. Put your feet down. You're okay.
Okay.
When I in 1993, I quit my job at the bank and I went with 2 friends to Europe to travel around, and 1 friend from college and 1 friend from grade school. And we traveled around because we could do it because of the youth hostel moment. And it was the last time we could take advantage of that before we were 25. And one of the craziest things, we were in Yugoslavia and we were trying to find a youth hostel. And we went to this one place that we thought had rooms. And this one man kept saying, we said, do you have rooms? And he had, do I have worms? And we're like, no, do you have rooms? And he's like, do I have worms? Are you asking me if I have worms? And my friend Dana, who was with me, we laughed so hard, and we just kept thinking that he was asking if he had worms or not. And to this day, all I need to say to Dana is, do I have worms? And I can get her laughing in a moment.
Look, Cheryl, we're gonna have to turn our place into an Airbnb. We have to.
I'm sorry. I'm shocked. This was not at all what we planned. We were going to open a petting zoo.
I know, but there's so much money to be made in Airbnbs.
I mean, look at Lily. She's at a loss for words. She's never at a loss for words.
See,
I like my privacy.
your mother's going to have to get over it. We need the money.
I didn't sign up for this. You didn't tell me you were going to do this, and I sold my house.
Look, Mom, you're in our house now. You just going to have to keep your feet where they are, and we're going to have a few extra visitors.
Honey, I ordered a herd of emus.
The guests will love them.
He does have a point about that. People do love emus.
So it could be a bed and
And-
breakfast where you could pet emus.
And the eggs, one egg, we can feed half of our guests.
What a deal.
Welcome to Yugoslavian food cart. Special today, emu feet, worms, horseball sandwich. I have
Look.
best cart in Herzegovina.
I came all the way across the Atlantic Ocean for your specialty. What I want is seahorse testes.
I happen to have last batch of seahorse testes in
Good.
secret compartment in cart. Excuse me while I get them out.
While you're down there. Ah, delicious. Thank you.
When I was in high school, I did a semester in Israel, and so I was 15 years old. And my first time away from home was like for 8 weeks. And I made some very, very poor decisions. One time we had to get up at like 3 in the morning because we were going to climb Masada. There was like a battle that happened on the top of this mountain, and it's a thing that you do, that you climb it and then you're there for the sunrise. And it's very beautiful, but it's a long walk up and a long walk down. And plus in Israel, it's super hot. So you have to do it early in the morning. Anyway, one of my friends on this trip had sprained her ankle. And for some strange reason, I offered to carry her up Masada on my back, like a donkey. So I carried this girl up Masada on my back, like a piggyback ride. And it was fine. We went, saw the sunrise. It was lovely. Walked down. She, I guess, got somebody else to give her a piggyback ride. But the next morning, like, I couldn't walk. I couldn't do anything. I was in so much pain. And they gave me muscle relaxants. And that made me very, very loopy. And I had to go to school. And I couldn't like sit or think. It was many lessons were learned in Israel, but perhaps not the ones my parents intended.
Oh my goodness. This Ramada Inn must be like the most fancy hotel ever. They're carrying us up to our room on piggyback.
This is amazing. This is what I was told. Why people come here is to be carried on the backs of others the whole time we're here.
You know, the only thing about it is like super hot and dusty. I
That's
think they'd have
okay.
the cleaning room.
We'll get through it. Yeah, it is a little bit much. Oh my goodness.
Look at this room. Looks like somebody had a massive fight in here.
Oh my gosh.
We're paying money for this?
I paid, honey, I didn't want to tell you. $500 a night. But
$500?
they
This
carry
place is-
us on our back while we're here.
I know, but the place is covered in dirt and there's dead bodies all over the room.
Oh, I think that might be a foreign, like this country, like that's something they do here. They're no, I don't know.
Okay, well.
Jonathan Silversmith, would you please use your inside voice?
Okay.
Just like Mary Ellen. Mary Ellen knows how to use her inside voice.
Yeah.
I don't think Jonathan has learned his lesson at all. Jonathan, I want you to go to the board and write, I will speak up properly in class.
Listen, lady, I ain't going to no board.
I need you to go to the board and stop using silly voices. I need to hear your voice. Just
I'll
like
go to the
Mary
board.
Ellen.
I'll go to the board. Can I go to the board and write something, please?
I would love you to write something, Mary Ellen.
All right.
She's such a suck up.
Oh, goodness.
I
hope you both have learned your lesson. It's time for recess. We're done. Class is out.
Yay!
Okay, I've got the muscle relaxants. I got them from my dad.
Guys, we should not be doing this.
Here,
Really.
Look,
come
look,
on.
it's okay because emu on muscle relaxants are a beautiful thing to be.
Totally.
Okay, but this is going to be an epic senior prank. I know it, but I just maybe we go with Marilyn's idea, just throw a bunch of water balloons. I don't know.
Oh, come on, that's been done a million times. We got to think out of the box.
There's nothing like watching an emu walk backwards and seeing their knees bend the opposite way.
We are going to be known as the best senior class ever because we brought an emu in on muscle relaxers. They'll never know.
I'll never know.
Because it's never been done.
Just go with it. Come on,
And-
Terry.
You know what else?
We need you to be on Team Emu.
You know, as a kid, sometimes if you get attention for something that's not even good or not even nice, it's still kind of a plus because at least you're getting attention. For instance, when I was a kid, my nickname was Stork because my legs were really long. You can't see on this computer, but my legs are still really long, but now my body's sort of in proportion. But when I was little, I had a very short body and very long legs, and they called me Stork, which I don't think is nice, but I kind of liked it because at least I had a nickname. Because my name is Amy, and Amy is a super boring name. No one pronounces it wrong. So when you're getting attendance called in class, when they can't pronounce all the long names and those people get attention, I would never get attention because Amy is impossible to mispronounce. So I used to tell everyone that my real name was Amaryllis, and I would make everyone call me Amaryllis, and that got me attention for a second, but of course it wasn't on my, file, so the teachers never called me that. And I remember this one time in college, I was in an acting class, and we do weird stuff in acting classes in college. I don't know what they have to do with acting, but in this exercise, we all sat in a circle, and the professor, who was probably a TA, would ask everyone, like, who's the prettiest person in this circle? Who's the most talented person in the circle? And you had to answer right away, your first instinct. And someone said, someone was asked the question, who's the weirdest one in the circle? And they pointed to me. And that's not a good thing, I think, to be the weirdest person in the room, but I liked it because I got attention.
All right, I'm glad you're both here for teacher parent conference night. I wanted you to know that Amaryllis is doing okay, but
Is she blossoming?
she's blossoming.
Yeah.
She seems to really embrace her her weirdness, which is really refreshing, considering that she's, you know, actually weird.
I'm so happy.
Dorothy and I have been really worried for a long time. It seems like Amaryllis always puts all her eggs in one basket, but this time she's really coming to her own.
No, we taught her to be weird, and now she is. It's so wonderful.
She's very strange. And you know what I think is really refreshing though is that she's really she's taking it to heart and she's identifying as weird. And in fact, she started a group, a campus group for weird identified children.
She's
And
told us, and she said that the motto for it is status quo is status no. We're so proud of her.
We are. I just can't believe it. I love it. I hope she goes to band camp one day too.
Oh gosh.
She, you know, she's actually had me order the fruitcake early this year so she can start selling fruitcake door to door because she wants to get to band camp. I mean, she is really taking this weird to heart, and it's a beautiful thing.
She's our girl.
Now listen, soldier. You're in the U.S. Army now, and this ain't no place to be weird.
So do you want me to dye my hair? You don't like the green?
We're gonna cut that hair off, because it looks weird. You look like some kind of stork or bird flew in. We can't have that.
Well, but what about that? What about that on the tattoo on your forehead?
This tattoo right here, that says E pluribus unum across my head. That's an army motto.
What about the parrot on your shoulder?
This parrot has a long history in the U.S. military. This parrot flew a mission from London over Germany and dropped eggs on some vicious enemies back in the war.
All right, sir. Shouldn't you have some pants on?
Soldier, are you questioning my authority?
No, sir.
I think I'm going to have you march till Reveille.
Yes, sir.
Put your foot down, stupid.
Pants are very highly overrated.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you say?
I agree. As a fashion designer, I just think I'm done with pants.
Yeah, pants are so over. They're so 2020.
I can't do another pant.
So we'll have some beautiful underwear in our runway show. Everyone will be pantless.
That's amazing.
What do you say?
I have a sample for you.
Let's see.
Oh my goodness. Look at those. What do we call them?
Do you like the jewels?
I love sparkly. It's jewels for the jewels. It's brilliant.
We are starting a revolution.
Men will go crazy for these. Well, no, the women will go crazy for the men's jewels.
So maybe they'll finally let you in to the Paris fashion show?
We'll call it a diamond is a girl's best friend.
Love it.
Yes.
We'll go balls out.
Can't wait. Oh my gosh.
So now this is an antique. You can see it's an emu egg, and it's been encrusted with gold and jewels. I think it's maybe 100 years old, maybe more.
Would you allow me just to hold it for a moment?
Oh, well, of course you brought it to me. It is yours, and
I wanted you to know what's engraved on the bottom of this egg.
absolutely. And then I'll tell you what it's worth.
This is so exciting. It has an engraving. I believe it's Latin. It says E pluribus emu. Fared. Let's see. Fared metzgerai. That last one is not Latin, but here, with that engraving, do you find additional value in that egg?
There's only 2 of these in the world.
There's only 2 Fared metzgerai emu eggs with Latin engravings?
This is an appraiser's dream. I can't believe this. This is priceless.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited because I think if this emu egg is worth what I think it is, we can finally build that footbridge that I've been dreaming of.
In high school, we had to pick a language to learn. And somebody who probably gave very bad advice told me that it was good to take Latin because it would like help you on the LSATs if you wanted to be a lawyer. And it would help you like learn all these other languages. So I took 4 years of Latin. But I took these 4 years of Latin from a very, 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 very old man. And I think he probably was having memory issues because we just kept doing the first year over and over again. Like we would translate some thing about some horrible Peloponnesian War or something. But by the time I was a senior, I was really good at it because we'd already done it 3 times. And I can say that Latin, it did not help me on the LSATs, which I took. It did not help me really with anything, except that I actually know what habeas corpus means. But honestly, who cares?
Norman, Sally, how do you like your first day here at the law firm?
This is exactly what they prepared us for.
I really think that animal law is going to be the wave of the future.
I know. I've studied in school, and they said if I study about the turtle, that I will become a lawyer. And look at me now.
And did you know that Latin for turtle is habeas niptum?
Oh, you 2 were the head of your class. I want you to know that there's a very prestigious courtship that's up for next month. And if you both shine in your animalistic ways, one of you could be lucky enough to get that courtship.
I think I should probably be the one that gets it. I do know more Latin than she does.
What does Latin have to do with anything?
See, that's my point.
We're also going to have to ask You have to carry a large load here at the firm. So even though it's a little unnormal, we are going to ask you to do a long race with another human on your back.
But of course,
A
she's not
human
cut out
on my
for this.
back? This is, I thought if I knew about animals, then that will get me far in this firm.
She doesn't know about horses.
Elohe, Ixpe Adenle,
Esye.
Oh, Oibe,
Mu ye. I'd ray.
Imue,
Esye.
Earhe,
Esye. Esye.
Alaway,
Stretch.
I.A. Adeltre, Umfrey, Atanyale, Ute, Idre, Imue, Earhe.
Oh
I'll say
nay.
Abby Hay.
Oh nay. Away.
College graduation. I went to a school that was in the Northwest, and it rained all the time. And of course, it was going to rain on our graduation day, but nobody wore a jacket or brought an umbrella. So we're seated out on the field, and we get to about halfway through the ceremony, and these huge raindrops start to fall, and then it just pours. And all the families are safe. They're under the stadium overhang, and all of the graduates were just like, whatever. And we're all laughing. This one elderly man in a trench coat walks from, it must have been the very top of the stadium, walks down the steps, and he's taking his time, and he has his umbrella, and he walks around the barrier and starts walking up to us, the graduates. And this one girl stood up and went to meet him, and he gave her his umbrella. And as soon as that handoff happened, a dozen other parents stood up and did the same thing, including my dad.
Singing in the rain, I'm singing in the rain. What glorious feeling. Hey, Sandy, what brings you out here in the rain?
Well, I kind of wanted to, I'm embarrassed to say, but I wanted to dance in the rain.
You came to the perfect place. This is Dancing in the Rain School. Welcome.
Oh, wow.
I'm glad you're here.
I sort of knew that that's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just, I'm kind of embarrassed because I feel like I have two left feet.
Two left feet, are they on the ground?
Now they're on the ground, but often I just fall for no reason.
Oh, that sounds like a horrible problem you have. Would
You
like
seem really happy about everything.
Oh, don't you just love the rain?
I don't love when you make fun of me like that. It's rude. You seem like you're high.
So I'm high on life, sweetie.
Oh.
It's beautiful when it rains and it pours on you. You should get out and dance more.
I guess that's why I'm here.
Okay, then start dancing.
Rose, I love being a flower.
Me too. You know, I know we don't live very long, but I just am so happy.
There's some beautiful things out in the world. Just yesterday, a bee came down, and through its wings, it sheltered me.
Oh, really? You know, the other day, a bee came over to me and tried to, how do I say it?
Did that bee get a little too personal?
He got fresh with me, and I didn't know what to do. I'm not that kind of flower.
No, they always talk about fresh flowers, but we're not. We're very conservative.
Why, yes, I mean, it's not like we're a bird of paradise or some kind of flashy flower that puts its colors out for everyone just to touch and feel.
No.
Water is my favorite. River, lake, ocean. I traveled to New Zealand when I was in school, in college, and did a semester abroad there. And just after we got off the plane, we got in the vans and we got on the road, and I was just floored by how beautiful it was there. So many trees and flowers, and the green was fantastic. And we drove for just a little while, and then we came up to this dam, and the vans pull over, and our guides are say, okay, everybody out, we got to do this. It's a tradition for this group. And we're all getting out, and we're like, okay. And they're like, well, it's a good thing you changed into your swimsuits, because jump off the dam. What? I'm looking down, and it's pretty high. 6 of the group just woohoo off over the edge. And I'm thinking to myself, nope. And the guides are like, okay, you don't have to jump off the dam, but there's a rope swing you can walk to. They're going to swim to it, but we're going to walk to it. So we walk down and around the dam and take this trail, go past these fantastic trees, and we go out to this rope swing that looks like about 100 years old, this rope swing. So I didn't jump off the dam, so I have to be the first one to do the rope swing, obviously. I've never been on a rope swing before. I missed that part of my childhood. I had no idea what I was doing. So they just hand me this rope, and here you go. And I was like, yeah, totally. Yeah, okay. Jump on the rope swing, swings out, way out. You know that dream that it's really a nightmare that you have, that you're falling? I've experienced that. I let go of the rope swing at the wrong time. And the rope is going out over the river that leads up to the dam. And I go head over heels, like I do not know which way is up. And then I break the surface of the water, and I feel pins and needles all on the side of my body, including in through my ear. And my first thought is, how embarrassing. And I'm swimming for the top, and I break through. And the first thing I can say when I get my breath is, I'm okay. And I barely made it to the edge, but the entire time, even though I know I've ruptured my eardrum and I'm gonna have a huge bruise on my leg, which I did, broken blood vessels, was, oh my gosh, that must have looked terrible. I'm so embarrassed.
So come on, Joey, let's go swing on this rope swing. I heard the craziest story about the last person who swung on this.
All right, you go first.
Okay. I'm going to do a backflip. Hold on. Okay. Here
Oh, wait,
I go.
before you go, what's the story?
What?
The crazy story.
Oh, I think she died. That's all right.
Oh,
Okay, I'm ready
okay,
to go.
all right.
You ready?
Go ahead.
1, 2.
Oh,
My suit! Where's my suit?
wow. That's some rope swing. You looked ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm not going to do it, by the way.
Look, Maggie, I know it was embarrassing. And to have you and Cheryl both kind of wet your pants at the same time in fourth grade, you both must have been so embarrassed.
It was right in front of Johnny Donnie.
Yeah, Johnny Donnie, he never let us live that down, did he?
No. To this day, he calls me Wetty Pants.
He calls me Poofy Pants.
You know,
Just
you girls are twin sisters, and you know, it's really nice that you support each other, but when one of you does something embarrassing, you don't have to copy your sister.
You told us to do whatever.
Everything.
To everything together. Because that's what twins do.
Well, there might be another way to help your sister. Like, Maggie, you could tell Cheryl, you could have just started singing or dancing or something and distracted attention.
Now you tell us, Dad. It's a little late.
Well, you know, life is full of learning lessons, and this is just one of those times where you're going to have to learn from this.
Everyone come out. Come on, everyone. Come on. Meeting is about to start. Meeting is starting. All right. The Face the Fears Club is assembled. All right. I want everyone to go around and you to tell me what fear you're currently facing and how you are going to overcome it. Gentleman holding his breath down below.
I'm afraid of kiwis. They're like little fuzzy birds with a big long beak, and they scare the living daylights out of me.
What are you going to do to overcome that?
I don't know. That's what I came here for. I thought I would get some help.
Class, any suggestions from what we've learned so far?
Maybe buy an umbrella to shield you from the kiwi.
Very good suggestion, Margaret. Very, very good. And
What if
how
the
is that
kiwi
going with
takes
your
his-
fear of heights, Margaret?
Oh, well, I am not doing well with it. I am having such a hard time that my previous fear of accidentally eating some sort of exotic animal has been just overshadowed by this fear of heights. Like, I don't know what to do about it.
You'll do it, Margaret. You'll work your way through. And Stephen, you're raising your hand. May I hear how you're doing with your fear?
Yesterday, I made it through the aisle in the grocery store with the eggs, even though I was afraid that they were going to come out and hit me. And so
let's give him Zoom hands. Come on, everyone. And Amaryllis, how is it going for you?
Oh, it's okay. I went across this bridge 2 steps the other day.
Oh, Amaryllis, again. The hands, everyone, the hands.
Amaryllis, you weren't afraid that you would fall off into the deep, deep water?
No, I did what you told me. Keep both feet on the bridge.
Oh, you're amazing, all of you.
So why is it that some kids are afraid of the dark and other kids just not afraid of anything? Like I was afraid of the monsters that were definitely under my bed and in my closet and in my dirty clothes hamper behind my door and in the hallway in the dark on the way to my mom's room. Well, I had a friend that she wasn't afraid of anything. She had a hot tub at her place, and we would go in it all the time when I went over to her place. And one time we were in it, and she was like, "Hey, I can hold my breath for a long, long time, like long, long time." As she goes under the water, she's down there for like ever, and I'm ever. And so I'm like grabbing her and she's like fighting me. And it's been like over 2 minutes. So I pull her up. She's got her hair all over in her face. And I'm like, "What are you doing? What?" And she's like, "There's the pipe at the bottom where the bubbles come out. I just put my mouth around that. And I breathe. I like stay down there all the time."
Hey, welcome to my hot tub. You know, I'm not afraid of nothing. Nothing. What about you?
Me, I come here so that I get really nice skin. Do you like my skin?
It's a little scary. Oh,
It's a bit.
actually, please don't brandish your skin. Oh, I'm afraid of skin. Gosh darn it, you just exposed me. This hot tub is my place of fearlessness, and now, oh, good God, please stop.
Oh, you are so beautiful. I shall paint you.
You are a magnificent artist.
Oh, thank you very much. And thank you for meeting me at the top of the Eiffel Tower. It was where I get most of my inspiration.
Do you like my outfit?
Oh, your outfit I find very sensual. This outfit, how you say you have no pants on.
Yes, and these are special kiwi feathers.
Oh, it is most delightful. Perhaps we take a break from the painting, and I have set up a hot tub right over here. Top of the Eiffel Tower. What could be more romantic, huh?
It sounds delightful. It is a bit breezy here, though. That's why I wore this kiwi feather outfit.
Well, I thank the breeze then.
I think you can turn up the heat.
Here goes that Jimmy Bob kid. Run around the parking lot sucking on tailpipes. That boy just ain't right. You see that over there?
That boy's gonna be a ruin.
That's some weird kid with his long, goofy legs. Run around there, looks like a stork.
Alfred, is he dancing over there?
I don't know, he's dancing, he's speaking Latin. That kid's insane.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what this town is turning to. We're gonna have to move.
You know what that boy needs?
E pluribus unum.
E pluribus unum? No.
E pluribus
That boy-
scrotum.
He needs E pluribus unum, I'm hearing.
Res ipsa loquitur.
E pluribus emu.
I think he's speaking. He's trying to speak to us.
Oh my gosh, she's a prophet.
E pluribus evacla.
Oh my goodness.
I think he wants one of them horse meat sandwiches you got in the bag.
I'm gonna go grab him
diem.
one right out of the cooler.
Yeah. Hey, Jimmy Bob, you just wait there. Get your mouth off of that tailpipe. We'll get you a horse meat sandwich in a minute.
Oh,
Stand right there, boy.
Cognito.
Mom,
Yes, honey. Oh, which mama did you want? Did you want mama number 1 or number 2?
I want you both. I think there's something under my bed.
Okay, Mama 1, you take this one.
Mama 2?
Yeah, I'm scared of
took
things
it.
under the bed.
No, I need you both here. I can't, I need both of you here. You have to both be here because it's big and it just makes the sound that goes, yeah.
That sounds horrible. Number 1, check it out.
Number 2, I did the closet last Friday.
I'm
Your
super
turn.
scared.
Mom, stop.
The last time
You're hearing me.
The last time I went under that bed, there was a Latin speaking monster saying E pluribus scrotum
No.
over and over again. I never can't get it out of my head.
Well, I'm not going under there.
It's awful.
Rachel, what do you do? How is it that you bring all these horrible creatures into the home? I mean,
I think you're like a window to the demon side.
Oh, no, they're my friends.
our little girl. Oh, number 2, I did see her turning her head around.
Well, number 1, if you think about your parents, think the apple hasn't fallen far.
Oh, we're gonna go there?
You guys
Just
are
saying.
Well, who ordered emu eggs at brunch last week and couldn't finish the dish of scrambled emu?
Well, me, but I hardly think that's demonic.
Well, when you think about it, all the effort that emu goes through to pass a large object through its region.
Rachel, look, this is hard to tell you, but I'm glad you have all these friends around you because you're going to need them. Number 1 and I are getting a divorce.
You guys are monsters.
Just evil.
Holy Father, the monsters have requested we turn Mass back to Latin. We need your blessing, Father. Holy Father, I know.
Do you think they will understand?
The monsters speak Latin, Holy Father.
I've heard them speak Latin. It's not very good Latin.
Don't you think you'll save more monster souls? We do the Mass in Latin, Father.
I think we could maybe just do the songs in Latin.
I will pass the word. Oh, they have another request, Holy Father.
Yes.
We replace the holy body with an emu egg.
I don't think that's going to work.
Thought I'd ask.
Never hurts to ask, my son.
The scaredest I've ever been was when I went to a haunted house at a church.
Sometimes old cathedrals can feel really scary.
The scariest thing I've ever witnessed was this broken egg in the middle of a dark, dark chapel.
I really, truly believe that there are things to be scared of in people's closets.
My greatest fear is being on a Zoom call and being muted and not knowing it.
Now, when you travel to New Zealand, remember what I learned there. Kiwi are the people of New Zealand. Kiwi fruit are what you eat.
The only thing scary under my kid's bed were a bunch of stinky socks and dust bunnies.
This year has been really scary in a lot of ways, and I cannot wait to travel again.
One time in life, the worst thing I ever thought could happen, that I was most afraid of, actually happened. And after that, I was much braver.
And that's our show. Yay! Thanks for watching us, everybody. I wanted to just let you all know who these anonymous numbered people are. Our first storyteller, number 1, was Karen Harrell. If you could wave, yes. Yay, Karen. And storyteller number 2 was Amy Berlin. Awesome. Thank you. And number 3 was Sarah Wilson. And Sarah, you can wave, Sarah. And then I'll just introduce the rest of everybody. If you would just give a little wave when I say your name. So Ed Schreiger and Jennifer Snow, John Schaefer, Stacy Gregory, and Amelia Hunter. And I'm Eileen Tumlin. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Thanks for being there. And thank you so much, Maddie, for giving us a wonderful suggestion tonight. That was a lot of fun, the emu egg. And thanks to our storytellers. You guys were awesome. That was a lot of fun. All right. Good night, everybody. Enjoy your week, and we will see you again in the future.
All right.
Bye-bye.